introduce yourselves. Tell everybody what you're about.
Right, you want to go first, Easy?
No. You
All right, my name's Andre, and I am a host on the program that airs on NN Soul Radio in the UK called the Juxtaposition Debate. I am a host on Juxtaposition. A lot of people asked that when we first set it up. But a lot of people told us not to use the name. Wouldn't catch on. A lot of people wouldn't understand what it means. So for those who may not understand, juxtaposition, two things in scene or placed close together with contrasting effect. And that's what Easy and I do every Sunday when we debate. So yeah, and that's what the juxtaposition is. It's a debate program. The topic. We don't go on the fence. It's one for, one against. And then we debate it, but we debate it with banter.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not just. So even though we may pick heavy topics, you know, there's always banter. There is a funny side to things, and that always crops up at some stage. So, it's not just. So that's really what we do. Anything else that Easy?
Nothing. Except the fact that you call it the debate. We do battle. We do nothing.
Sometimes it gets intense. Other times it ends up just being
Yeah, just to soften the flow, you know what I mean? Just yeah, that's right. Just a little to solve that flow. What's your favorite debate? Yeah. That's a good one.
There's been quite a few good ones. We did one just, it's not last week, the week before, and it was, what was it?
Single mums.
Can a single mother boy to be a man? And
how'd that go?
I know that it's sensitive to Easy. No, they can't.
Easy, how do you easy?
He grew up with his mum. So that one.
Yeah, and the thing, right, Josh, the phone blew up.
Man.
Yeah,
that is sensitive topic. I think it's one of those. That is going to be a forever argument. And would have been brilliant. What kind of feedback? A lot of people coming in losing it, or general consensus?
Right, I think in how I did it. You know, UK, we know listening single mothers, and a lot of them boys. Radio, that I can't raise boy to be a man. They're not going to want to hear that. But what I did maintain right throughout the program is that it doesn't mean that you're not a good mother. It just means that you don't have the
Hear him
the
again?
know-how. Yeah, we're going for a debate again. You don't have the know-how, you know, to teach the subtle things of what a man is.
Yeah.
So in other words, if I ask most women about what a bloke is, most of them, if you have a normal conversation, most women say, "Oh, we don't understand you guys."
Yeah.
Well, my answer to that is, if you don't even understand us, how are you going to raise your son to be us?
Ow.
I think.
But nevertheless, you can raise him to have manners and all those good things. He's a great man. Yeah. You just can't teach him manly things. That's the angle that I went. And actually, you know, nobody rang up and really had a go at me. They obviously argued it, but nobody lost it.
Yeah, that's good.
No one lost it. No.
Yeah.
But we heard some good stories. People rang in and people were texting in, and it was. He always likes to play the protagonist or the antagonist.
That's what makes it.
Andre, he likes
to teach the subtle thing.
You know what? Rile up people.
I think
that's what we get a lot of people listening and calling in.
That's right.
Yeah. Even in your neck of the woods, even in Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, the stand-up late fish. Just to hear you guys fight, you know what I mean? Duke it out, boys. It's one of those. It's a subject, like you said. I think people immediately relate it back to they can't do something. Me and my partner fight all the time about late fish. Just to hear you guys fight, you know, like gender roles. And obviously, there's a fine line to it. There's obviously things that it's a subject, like you said. I think people as well. Doesn't mean they can't do it. And my girlfriend gets so fired up, and I was like, all the time. But if you reverse it, you go, there's definitely things that women can do that men just do not do as well. Like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like it'll be one of those like never-ending arguments because I think people are just going to hear that you think that they can't do it on your personal level, and they go, shut up. I'm going to leave that one there. So I'm just going to clip me over the back of there.
Indeed, yeah.
The joys of living alone.
Yeah, that's right. Just silence. Peace. So, what else have you guys been talking about? What are some of your bigger topics? Obviously that's a heated one, and I guess it's for you easy. It's personal.
Vaccine.
Vaccine's a good one. Who was pro?
We did the vaccine one.
Who was pro and who was against?
I was for it because I've had it.
Yep.
And of course, I was against. So again, you get a lot of polarized views on that subject.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Again, and we had people texting in and calling in. One of them asking if she was Andre's doctor, wouldn't he want her to have the vaccine?
Oh,
you never answered that, did you? You never answered that, did you?
You know, and I have no idea. I can't remember. Things in the heat of the moment. You know, if you come back to me and say, "Oh, after so many of these programs, you say to me, "Oh, look, you said that," and I said, "Did I?" Because I'm not. I'm just talking off my head. So
my man's pleading the fifth.
Yeah, that's right. Just staying silent. Yeah.
And then we have the mad ones like makeup.
Oh. What was that about?
Women,
like, do
men prefer women with or without makeup?
Without makeup.
And who was?
What was that? What did you say? You said without.
Without. I'm all natural. I'm all natural.
And I said,
I don't know.
I said no with. So again, a few women got offended by that.
A lot of women got offended by that.
Yeah, but again, how many of us met our women when they didn't have any makeup on at all? Most of us, when we met our women, they had makeup on.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, because, they were dressed to impress.
Yeah, that's right. You always put your good foot forward, but it's a different story in the next morning, right? You know?
Of course.
But not to say that, once again, it's not saying that women aren't naturally beautiful, but some of them have... Some of them have. No, she's still not here. This one, I'm trying to get this one in real quick. But it's like
at some stage she might watch this.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, but like some of them, come on, some of them are take. Why would they make a filter that gives you makeup if it wasn't so important? You know what I mean? This is read into society across all platforms. Like there's even a filter nips and. But do you think it's
and all that Kenshin stuff that actually came out?
That's
we did.
Have you guys managed to do like, I don't know if you have, just talking about like weird topics. Like I did a podcast with David Weiss, and he's a flat earther, and I think it sort of goes back to like the anti-vaccine, because flat earthers are like all encompassing of like everything is bad. 5G, they take it all on board. Have you guys done the flat Earth one yet?
No,
because you both. Is it because you both?
Which one?
Flat Earth.
The Earth is flat.
People are thinking.
No.
You guys have both
heard about that whole thing, but no.
It's coming back. It's coming back with a vengeance. We kind of got rid of it thousands of years, and people are like, no, let's bring it back.
David Icke? Isn't it David Icke?
Yeah. I emailed David Icke to try and get him on, but he was like, no.
Did you?
Yeah, I went ham on the flat Earth stuff. I got that was probably like the first like big-ish one that I did, I got so much from both ends. It was just, it was a weird a lot of people telling me to wake up. I was like,
what, the flat Earth?
Yeah, you gotta wake up, man. You don't see what's happening. I'm like, well, I do. But yeah, it's a really bizarre argument topic because it's like, I think even when I was like talking to him, there is at no point that he took in anything that I said. It was just,
So you can't convince him, can you?
I don't even think he had his headphones on, man. I think he was just fucking he was just going at it himself, and he was just fact after fact. Do you know when somebody's like I think they stop, their lies kind of run out, and they kind of have to, like, he had an answer for everything. It was brilliant. He's a nice guy though. Like, it's somewhat of an intelligent human, but I think it's like he's just sort of
be intelligent about.
He's just been pushed in the wrong direction, and now he's got like a fan base, and he's got people like, you know, kissing his ass. It's like, how do you step down from that as like a human? You know what I mean? It's like that whole like crazy celebrity thing where, you know, you see all like these like TikTok people or whatever, and they're just getting like absurd because they're just trying to hang on to like that little bit of fame that they've got. You know what I mean? So he was like ramping it up, and he's like, you got to stay away from those 5G towers.
Isn't he?
Like, Jesus is coming back, and he's going to get us all. Like, all right, man. That's
you know what? It's funny you saying that because the one we've not touched on is religion.
Yeah, do you want to do it now? Can we have let's do it cheeky.
You see, I've been pushing that. It's easy. I think you're a bit reluctant for that because
no,
at some stage we're going to do it.
Are you religious?
It's because we've got the same view.
Oh, okay.
We have more or less the same view regarding religion.
Do you guys believe in it?
But I can argue.
And one of our listeners, Josh, is a vicar.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Yeah, and I've been told a couple of times.
This one here, he tried to what was this topic? What was the topic we were discussing?
I can't remember what it was.
It was choice or sacrifice.
Oh, was it that one? There's a few that she's jumped in.
You said, because you jumped in and said to me that Rosa Parks was sacrificing when she sat in the back of the bus, and I went, "That's a choice, bruv." And then you said Muhammad Ali, and I went, "Choice."
Yeah,
and then you said, then you dropped Jesus.
I was getting desperate. I was getting desperate.
Grabbing at straws. He's just trying to get anything. Jesus had a choice, you know.
And he said something. All of a sudden, now we get this text.
Yeah.
From somebody, turns out to be, she's a vicar in Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Yep.
And she ripped into him quick time.
Oh yeah, they shut that shit down real quick. This is why I've tried to keep mine, like, I stream to like a bunch of places, but I don't even have the comment section up. Like, I don't want to have people yelling at me, man. I can't handle it. Plus I can't type that fast, and I'm a bit of an idiot, and I'll say something stupid. So what are your guys' beliefs on religion? Like, where do you guys sit with it? Come on, boys, let's do it. We're here already.
Okay. Let me drop this one because I've said it to Andre before. You know where Jesus walked across water?
Yep.
That was a puddle.
Okay.
Fact. Okay. You've just been hit with some knowledge. You've heard it here first. It was a puddle. They left out. They've obviously, it's that Chinese whispers. They've enhanced it over time, and puddle turned into a pond. The pond turned into a lake.
Yeah, we're talking about books which have been written by men who I would say are slightly prone to exaggeration.
Oh, dude, like, talk to any guy in any pub, and you'll hear the most heavy-winded story ever. You know what I mean? It's like there's your A to B, and your old mate would chuck like C, D, E, F in there just to fluff it up a little bit. So I think you can look at the Bible and go, somebody's somewhere.
But what I find interesting is that
here we go.
Here it is.
No, but where I am, I mean, I could be again with the guys on the road, especially when I was younger. The guys on the road who'll be doing all sorts of things that they shouldn't be doing. I don't want to go into any details. But yet, if you turn around and say there's no such thing as a God, everyone's in up in arms. Yeah. Nobody's living a righteous life.
Oh, at all. But that's
but yet you tell them there's not a God, and they want to fight you.
Yeah. I remember me and my partner out for dinner one time, and this guy, he was so drunk. He's probably the drunkest human I've seen in my life. Came over to lecture us about God and how he's recently found Jesus, and he just went on like this tirade, and I was like, many of you had to drink, man. And he's like, this is not the problem. And I was like, okay, yeah. Well, all right, buddy. You know, that's cool. Cool story though. Thank you. Yeah. But it's a weird thing. I think it just gives people like, I guess it just gives them something, you know, just, you know, that belief that somebody's watching over us, and, you know, there's an excuse for good and bad.
I told Andre once that, I don't know, you remember this one where I said to you I got stopped by two Jehovah's Witness?
Who hasn't?
And they took
Sounds like the start of a bad joke.
They took out that Watchtower magazine and telling me about heaven.
Yeah.
And it's, and this is heaven, and God's going to take everyone this and da 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 da. And I went, and where's the black people? Because everybody on that book in that magazine was white. I was like, nah, bro, where's the black people? They was like, I said, I ain't down for this. Later.
Yeah. Well, Jesus was a white dude, wasn't he? He's American. He's from Illinois or something. You know,
he looked just like Brad Pitt, innit?
Yeah, that's right. He was a white dude, had a nice trim beard, just traveling around.
That's what I killed him with one time.
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah,
lived in the desert, didn't get a tan. Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, traveled around with 12 dudes, didn't suck a dick. That's it. Come on,
one man and his pussy.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a gang nowadays. That's a gang.
Yeah, it's either a gang or they're out there, you know, rubbing each other down with goat's milk. It gets lonely on the road, man. It gets lonely on the road, and he did some traveling.
Each other down with ghost milk.
You know what I mean? Like, come on. Once again, it started at the like. There's a story of like people washing his feet.
Was that in Genesis?
That's right. They cut it out. That's, you know, it's like the backwards. Instead of walking over the puddle, they're rubbing each other down, and they're like, no, we'll put the feet in there.
That was day 6.
We'll put the feet in there, and we'll leave the feet. We can get away with the washing of the feet. Leave it there, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, no worries, man.
Yeah.
Like this is the one that gets banned. This is the one that.
But I also find that there's especially in our generation, well, not even younger generation. What I think is happening that our generation thinks that we're cleverer than our parents' generation. So
yeah, but that's every generation.
Our parents' generation, right? They believed in the Bible. They believed in everything.
Yeah.
We now, especially in UK, the blacks in UK, we're saying, look, our parents, you believe in Christianity, the very Christianity that was used to help enslave people, but we're clever in that. So no, we don't believe in religion. No, we don't, especially Christianity. But then you say, but do you believe in God?
Yeah, so that's a different story. That's a different story, but it's the same scenario in the sense that they'll say yes. Yeah. And I'm sure you may well as well, Josh. But if I then start to ask you, what is it about God that you believe? Why do you believe in God? What's your answer? So, like, I've had discussions about this. I think people, like, God has the attachment to religion, and religion has an attachment to shit. Like, whatever the good religion has done, it's done 1,000 times worse for people. It's been used to force people that they don't want to do. I think
human element.
Yeah, but I think
so is the God. In the name of God. You know what I mean? The bad thing's been done in the name of God.
Yeah, but that's right. But I think, do you not feel that there is something there? Like, do you think, like, we're just here? Like, we just happen to land here. We're just people that just exist, or do you feel in yourself that there's something behind it? You know, the whole like
I think
things happen for a reason. Is it? I
think that. But that's on par with religion. We don't want to feel that who wants to think we're just here and when it's gone, that's it. Nobody wants to think that. Yeah. So what do we say? There has to be something else. There must be something else. But yet, if I start asking you about what it is and what makes you think that, we're going to start talking about feelings and touchy stuff, aren't we?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's exactly right.
I'm not saying there isn't. All I'm saying is that our children may think that they're cleverer than us, they're more bright than us, and that we were silly. No, there is no God, because I've seen nothing tangible that tells me that there is.
But what is a God, though?
Sorry?
Like, what is a God? Like, what do we perceive as a God? Like, Easy just mentioned
Michael
aliens. Jordan was He's an alien, man. He's not from here. That dude is he's a different animal, bro. You know, he was something else.
Josh, go on. It's a good question.
You know what I mean? What defines a god? I think in many eyes, humans are gods, right? Like you say, I remember having this discussion. Like if the aliens things like did exist, there's a reason they don't come here. It's because we, as humans, are destructive. We will whatever they give us, we will use. For our own advantage, and then exactly right. So at what point do humans become gods? What point do we go to these places? Like all the stories that you've heard about gods and aliens and things coming from the sky, they've come down and they've controlled humans. At what point in human life, like we're advancing now, do we become gods to other planets?
Yeah, that's deep, but I think that might be a little bit. I'm not all sure the word is, but above ourselves.
Yeah,
I mean, we're probably the opposite, mate. We're probably just.
But that's the thing. It's like what
in the grand scheme of things.
What defines a god?
You might want to think we're gods, but we're probably just ants in the grand scheme of things.
But that's also the other hand, though. But then, wouldn't that make there be gods if we're ants? Because gods ants would look at us like gods, right? Because we're.
Yeah. Again, you're right. It comes back down to what do you define as gods? But when we talk to people, or when I talk to people, they define God as a being, right, that is not of the physical,
all knowing,
but
all seeing.
who let's get real, let's stay real. who made what all that we see. That's what people I speak to say that God is.
Yeah, it just gets a little dicey, man. Like that's the whole thing that like I really don't like about religion, how it's like you can point your finger at either one. If it's not God, it's the devil. But then God is like this all-powerful thing that can't control like an angel that he kicked out of heaven, like stupid.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Those are the questions, right?
Yeah. So like that, the religious idea of a god is stupid. Like, and then if the devil doesn't exist, then God's out there giving babies cancer, and he's and he knows about it, and he's watching it. So,
whoa.
See, so Josh's interpretation is interesting because what Josh has actually done, then he's actually questioned. What is a god? So normally when I speak to people, they're relatively clear on what the god is. Yeah. Josh is now, I want to say, even sidestepping that.
Ow!
Let's hear it easy. What do you think about it? What do you think about what?
Look, do I think there's a god? No, I don't, because there's
but remove it from the religious sense. Remove it from what has been like ingrained in you. For you to know about a god, would you think aliens are gods if they came in?
If there was such a thing as a god, okay, this being, this deity, whichever you want to call it, why do we have all this strife in the world, on the round one? Forget the flat one. Why do we have all this? Why do we have all this strife? Why, we have mass killings, we have. Genocide, left, right, and center. Yeah. Like you said, you mentioned cancer in babies, and things like that. Why do we have it? When I had cancer, even I questioned. I questioned it. I was mad.
Yep.
I was mad. My brother got it. I was mad.
Here's a question then, Izzy. Did you pray?
Did you pray?
No, I did not. I was angry.
But did you like? In that sense, were you angry at somebody or just the situation? Did you blame it on God?
What was I angry at? I was angry because I got it.
Yeah.
So you weren't angry with anybody?
I was angry because, as you know, Andre, I don't drink.
Yeah.
I don't smoke.
You live in the rules.
Biff bam boom. I get this.
Yeah.
So I was angry at somebody.
How do you see it now? Well, I think like people who go through like traumatic experiences like that, if they come out the other side, well. They say it as like this enlightening thing. Like I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for this, and I'm a much better person now. Do you know what I mean? Do you?
I don't. No. I don't think. I just. No. I don't think that. No. I don't think that at all. I just. I went through what I went through. Come out the other side.
And here you are.
End of story.
Yeah.
End of story. Yeah. There was no religious aspect to it. No. I never had this second coming thought about it, and become born again and.
So what about before? Were you religious beforehand?
Go on.
Sorry, Andre, you go.
What did surprise me is what you just said, though, is that you never prayed, because for all the big one that I give it, I'm not going to deny, I'm not going to lie, in times of problems,
that's right. We do it.
I have prayed.
We talk to something.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. And for me, the most scary thing is that, and of course I'm praying because the scenario is now out of my hands, so it's a last resort.
Yeah.
But at the times that I have prayed, things have turned.
What?
Confessions.
What?
Yeah, I know. This isn't something I normally tell.
Here we go.
You're joking.
I'm serious.
So what is so what?
Detail,
but you
Oh, wait a
can't.
second. I thought you was hardcore.
I just talk from the heart.
You
bro.
can't say
So
that
I
and
have
go
questions.
that there's nothing bigger, right?
Yeah, I have questions. Yeah, but
is that what it is?
When
It's
all
like
else has failed,
you've
I
you've
have
asked,
prayed, and
you've
the chance
asked,
that
and
if
it's
something happens in the
whatever.
future again, I will pray. So that's why it surprises me that you said you didn't pray.
No, I
Because
didn't
I think-
pray.
I think
I was so angry. Trust me, I was
Let's
angry.
just
I
keep
was,
that between us, yeah.
Yeah, let's.
What?
No,
You're
nobody.
breaking up, mate. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. You are breaking up. I can't hear you. I
Nobody-
see your lips moving, but I can't hear a word
I
you
should have
say.
said it.
Nobody watches or listens to this anyway, so you guys are fine.
Say that again, Josh. Everyone, what?
I said nobody watches or listens to this anyway, so it's just a secret
Andre,
between
just,
us now.
Small denomination bills in a brown bag every month. Thank
come
you.
on.
Yeah, that's right. Just to pay.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
But I don't. Yeah. So I think
Wow.
that's the thing, though, right? It's like that. It isn't. Who was it? I think it was like Jordan Peterson came up with the human aspect of religion and what it's based off, like the whole God and devil thing, which you can apply to yourself in put it in any situation when you're torn between doing something right and wrong. Is that not the God and the devil? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Can that be inflated to something larger? And then when people do get in these desperate situations, I like exactly like Andre, I've done the exact same thing. I've been down so bad, and I'm like, give me something, give me a sign. Am I doing the right thing? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but me, in no sense of the word, I don't believe in religion at all. I think it's destructive. I believe it does have its benefits, but at the core of it, it's fucking destructive.
You see.
So I don't have any connotations I don't have any attachment to the word God and religion. I don't believe in something bigger, but it's attached to this religious belief with this fucking ultra strict set of rules that you need to follow to get in heavenly place with the gates with some big dude dressed in white telling you what to do, and white Jesus hanging out up there and getting washed with his goat's milk by his 12 buddies. You know what I mean? So I completely agree with you, Andre, that there's times where, and I think a lot of staunch atheists would agree, where when they hit a wall, you ask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's easy. You've
You
never
as
done
well?
that. You've never done it.
On my
That's what I'm surprised.
God,
on my
Easy's
daughters-
God.
On my daughters, on my
He doesn't need to
daughters-
ask because he's the top. He's the top of the spin.
No. On my daughters, I never. Seriously, Andre.
I thought I was the hard one. Bloody hell.
Yeah. What's going on?
When trust me, when I was mad, I was cussing. I was cussing. You know what I mean? But I've always had the view, like Josh said, or all of us have said that when it's all this destruction going on in the world and so on and so forth, you're thinking, how can you believe there's somebody out there that's watching all this and supposed to love us and so on and so forth and ain't doing nothing? He's not doing nothing.
So there.
If there's such a being, he's just up there looking down and twiddling his thumbs. So yeah, but like I said, when I nah.
But that's a religious thing of God. You don't want this all-knowing, all-seeing thing to be bad. Like, I think there has to be a bit of balance in the world, and if everything was perfect, it wouldn't work. There needs to be, at least, Andre, that time of when you were down at your lowest. Once again, you asking for something, it was obviously a thing, but was it that motivation, that realization in your brain that forced you to change something? You know what I mean? And does that apply on a human level where, there has to be a bit of bad to get a bit of good out of it?
No. For me, it was really just a scenario that was out of my hands.
Yep.
So whether I was good or whether I was bad wouldn't have made any difference in that particular time. The scenario was out of my hands, and the way things were going, it was pretty definite they were going to go bad. And when I say pray,
like 90%.
I'm talking about
nearly 100
on a daily basis. I'm not talking about a little prayer
every day.
A little prayer for you.
Yeah, and the truth is, it's happened more than once. It's happened more than once. Yeah. So
Look at this.
So if someone asked me, did I believe in the power of prayer? I think
But who are you praying
it
to
would
if you don't
probably
believe in
be
God?
hypocritical. If someone asked me, it'd probably be hypocritical of me to say I don't believe in the power of prayer, because
you do.
not only have I prayed in times of hardship, but things have quite surprisingly turned around in my favor. So yeah. So in many ways, some of the stuff that I say is a little bit hypocritical. But
you hypocrite.
Who did it? Who changed it? Who changed the outcome?
Wow.
Huh?
It is what it is.
You know what I mean? Because you said you didn't change the outcome. Who did? Could it be a god?
Well, the argument there could be that no one changed the outcome. That's just how it
was.
Would have been regardless. That would be the argument. Just because things turned into my favor, that doesn't necessarily mean that there was a being somewhere that changed things.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree. That's
but nevertheless, to totally disassociate that possibility would be bloody hypocritical after you bloody well prayed and it happened.
Yeah.
So you see what's happening here. I'm still got that. You can see there's a mental battle going on.
But I think that's the thing, right? It's like I remember I did a podcast with my mates, and it was just meant to be like a super lighthearted one. We're just having a few drinks, just talking shit, and we got into like the argument of free will. And that set path, that's determinism, I think it is. And I think that's a thing that plays on people, because how do you not apply your own situation to that type of thing? Exactly like yours. Was it meant to come out better, or did it come out better because you asked for it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna be struggling with that one forever. 80
Yeah,
years
no
old,
doubt.
sitting
No
in your
doubt.
bed, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's wild though. It's once again, that's a good argument. I'm going to think about that one a lot more though. I think your beliefs need to change, and I think a lot of, as you were saying, like as the next generations come in, I think the belief of something will still be there. It just won't be heavily attached. Like I said, this strict set of rules of, like, if you misstep, punish you, which is like,
I think that's already gone. That's already gone. I think the next generation will. If you can't bring me something tangible, why should I believe? I think that's what the next generation is.
Yeah,
so
show me. They show me.
Yeah. So because our parents were religious, we think we're smarter than them, so we don't believe in religion. But nevertheless, we've been brought up to believe in something. It's still a struggle to turn around and say, no, there's nothing. Like my kids, for instance, even though I've brought them up when they were younger to believe in something, I've also brought them up to be critical, to think for themselves, to ask questions. But what that has done is, on stuff like religion, and I remember the first time I asked them, and do you believe in God? And they said no, and I was shocked myself. But that's what happens if you bring your kids up and allow them to think for themselves, and you don't push religion on them. There's a good chance that they're not going to believe even in something as God, because unless you're going to bring them some reason, why should they?
Yeah, see, I never asked them. I never asked my two.
And do they?
What are
no,
their
they
thoughts?
don't. They don't.
There you go.
Have they asked you about it though? Like, have they obviously religion is still there and it's still apparent, and maybe some of their friends are religious. Have they ever asked you about it?
Have they ever asked me?
Either of you?
Go on, Andre. Go on.
No, you talk, man. I'm talking too much.
No, my two have never mentioned religion in any particular way. No, not even when they were kids. No.
So did they ever go to church?
No, they didn't go to church. No.
Have you guys been to church?
No. Oh
yeah.
When we was forced to.
I went once.
No. I even when I was in about 12, 13, I was going to Catholic church and I was taking Holy Communion.
Yep.
You
and
were?
those things, yeah. I remember, and you're meant to go to confessions, but by the time I was 14, 15, when I go to confessions, I couldn't tell them the truth.
Yeah, that's right.
So I was actually in the booth making up small little things. Obviously, what? If I tell them the truth, they might have called police or something. Trust no one. Trust no one.
Snitches everywhere.
But I wasn't telling them what was going on. No, I couldn't.
Yeah, that's.
Hold on a second. So you was lying. You was lying to the priest.
In the house of God.
Yeah. Come out, say a couple of Hail Marys, and everyone was happy.
Everybody's on their way. Yeah, God forgive you. You get to go back into the big pearly gates.
Yeah.
What's
Happy
man
days.
hit by lightning?
Hail Marys, and I confess, and we was good.
I love it.
So yeah,
that's brilliant. I think that's 90% of the people that go to church do the exact same thing. They're doing the same thing. They ain't saying. Yeah. They're like, tell me about your sins. You're like, I cussed the other day. If you're sleeping with your neighbor, you're full of shit.
Yep. But yeah,
100%. What are some other good topics here? Have you guys had the alien chat? I've been trying so hard to get somebody on to fight me with a chat about aliens. Have you guys had that chat?
No, because every chat we have, it depends on whether or not I can take the opposing side. So I'm assuming, Easy, if we went up for the aliens, you would say what? Would you be for or against?
I would probably be for, because of the fact
Okay, Josh, so you heard that, Josh. He'll be for. So that's going to be on our topic then, right? And then we'll send Josh the invite and he can listen in. Easy's going to be for aliens and I'll be against. That'll be interesting, mate.
Are you really against the aliens? Do you not believe in that aliens exist, Andre? Or is this a tangible thing too?
Are we? When we say aliens,
there's no way we're on this universe by ourselves. No.
Okay.
way.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. So is that what we mean by aliens? Just other life?
No. Let's talk about what we think we know about aliens. These little men that fly around in little saucers. And they got the big heads and the big eyes, and they come and snatch up cows, and they put things in people's butts, and that kind of alien.
Hey, those people, they're here already, mate.
They're never left.
Politicians.
There's a lot of butts going around. They're fucking. It's like a buffet down here. They can pick any ass they want.
Predator.
Yeah. Do you think that there's something smarter than us out there? Something that has way more capabilities than we do.
Yeah, and they're smart enough to stay away.
Yeah.
They're smart enough to observe from a distance.
Yeah, I think right. Oh, hold on. Oh, do you think there's other things out there that are observing us? That I don't know. I believe there's other life.
I was just saying that out. I was just saying that out loud.
I believe there's other life. I'm not sure if there's other life that are observing us, like you said earlier, Josh, and decide that we're not ready to be
spoken
to.
Yeah,
we're in the
approached or whatever. But I'm sure there's other life out there somewhere. Yeah, but I'm assuming they don't know where we are. We don't know where they are.
Yeah,
that's my interpretation of aliens. Or as close to aliens as there is.
I think I like it because it's so broad. You can get the people who fanatically deny it, and they'll come up with these are religious types mostly. So they'll believe in a man in the sky, but they won't believe there's something on a different planet, which is crazy. That's bizarre. But then there's like the staunch believers of aliens, and they're coming here to save us. So I like the big group, and I like how fanatical people get on either side regarding it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I love watching nutbags go out to the desert. You know what I mean? They go out in their camper vans and they take a bunch of acid, and they're like, "I saw some shit." You're like, "Of course you saw some shit."
Yeah, of course
you did.
Yeah,
you're an acid.
Like I love it. I think it's like those topics that are like that light-hearted conspiracy where I think there's no malice in it, and you can just sit back and laugh at these people. They're out there, fucking glow sticks on, hunting fish in the sky. Love it. I reckon that's the pinnacle of human existence right there. If you're not doing that, what are you doing with your life? How's things over your way, boys?
With regards to what?
Are you guys out of lockdown?
No. Are you? Oh, well, 'cause the thing is, right, Josh, we're actually 500 miles away from each other.
Yeah. Okay. Well, are you either of you
Okay,
out of lockdown?
No, we're still. Well, the lockdown is kind of loose. You can still move around.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, we're still in lockdown, but
I can't go to I can't go into England yet.
Yeah. So where are you both located? If you don't mind me asking.
Andre's in England and I'm up here in Scotland.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Both fantastic places.
Yeah.
We're over there a few years back. Fantastic place to drive through, both of them. London's not terrifying, actually. Let's take that back. I remember reading a guide to driving in London, and all it said was "don't." And this isn't like a paper, like one of those like brochures you get at like the travel agencies, and it just said "don't." That was it. And then that was funny. It was so scary.
It really is every man for himself in London. It really is.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's a different place. It's like a well constructed like Thailand. Have you guys been to like any of those Asian?
No, but I've been to Italy and they're crazy out there.
Oh yeah, there's in Thailand there's absolutely no rules, but it works. Like it flows so insanely well.
You know what upset me in Italy when you see a Ferrari with a dent in it.
Oh yeah,
that upset me. That upset me.
Why is that? Like they got the money to buy it, but not the money to fix it.
No, well, it's the fact that they drive around with a dent in a Ferrari because they drive that bad out there.
Oh right.
No disrespect to all Italians, but man, they're crazy. They're crazy. Sorry, I love Italians. Especially women, but damn, man. Bunk. I was like, are you shitting me? No,
please. Yeah, please.
It's like
listen, Josh, what's happening with what's your view on the royal family?
I don't.
Since they've been in news this hot minute.
I think it's like I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's what I thought.
It's literally got nothing to do with Australia, and I don't know why we're still attached in a sense. I think it's a like I guess like the whole religious thing, this whole belief of like fucking
monarchy.
Like monarchy. Like I think even the system that we have in place in terms of our political structure is fucking stupid. This 2-man. Like, you just vote for the guy who's less of an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, but they're both assholes. So
same all over the world.
I don't understand why this is like why is there a queen?
Say it, man.
What the fuck are they doing? Like, what are we doing where there's something that it's like, this existed back at a time when it was needed and things had advanced so far. And then there's this one fucking family that is untouchable for whatever fucking means. Because they just chance to be born into this fucking this path of ultra privilege.
Incestuous house.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And they've like apparently got just this fucking. They don't do anything. They just fucking sit back, and you got to pay them money to do nothing. You know what? I don't like. Obviously, they do more than that, but that's the way I fucking see it. Like I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
Okay,
like,
so what is it they do? Because
the argument is that they bring revenue in, that people from all over the world.
Oh, you guys stand out in front of somebody's house.
That's the argument.
like if we went to Buckingham Palace, it's shit. Like you stand outside, like, but that's it. That's all you do. Like, do they do tours? Do you get to go hang out?
Changing of the guards. Haven't you seen the changing of the guards?
Yeah, cool. Yeah. You know, I don't know. Like it's a cool experience, but like we were there for like 3 minutes, and I was like, "Is this it?" Like, and I was like, "Well, what the fuck?" I could have went to a pub. You know what I mean? And had more fun. You know, could have slept in for 3 more minutes. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And I think there's I don't know. The only thing that we hear in Australia about it, obviously Prince Philip dying, but he looked dead for years. He was not doing well. Like I know he's a person and stuff, but fucking hell, they really kept him around. The Meghan Markle thing. And that the other one that was like a pedo. He was out there touching kids and shit.
Andrew.
And like nothing happens to this guy.
His name anymore. Just a pedo.
I watched that documentary about that guy, that Jeffrey Epstein, and there's a photo of him, and you're like, "Fuck, man! Like nobody's gonna stop this. Like nobody, like it's out there, and he's like, no, but he's a prince. He gets away with it, diddling kids.
Oh, man.
Fucking hell, man.
Right. Is that how it's viewed now?
That's how I see it.
So they're becoming a liability then for the UK, really.
You guys,
exactly.
it's costing you money, man. Like nobody wants to go there.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of walking corpses and diddling kids and shit. You know?
Diddling kids.
You know what I mean? I don't know. That's. I think there should be repercussions for anybody, regardless of if you're royalty or whatever. And I think once again, it's like this. It's stupid. You know. That's my belief on it. And I think if you're born into that situation, you understand that you are ultra privileged and nobody can touch you. And as if you're not going to abuse that. As if there's not more of them abusing this, this unlimited power that they've been born into. Like nobody should have that amount of power. Like. It's not wealth that's behind them. It's the power that's I think is ridiculous.
And the corruption that 100%. Wow, Josh. Wow.
Yeah. So now I can't go back to the UK. I'll get turned straight back around. What do you guys like? Obviously, you guys being there. Like, what do you think about it? Like, what are your thoughts?
We had a show on with regards to the Meghan Markle thing, because people were asking we saying that we should do a show on it. Yeah. So it wasn't so much a debate.
Oh, you can't debate. That's fact. That
one. It was a chat. It was more with regards to the fact that it wasn't actually. It was the whole thing encompassing. But we did discuss the fact that Meghan and Harry claimed that someone said to them would the baby come out looking like whoever.
Yeah. Like which
but we said was it a clumsy question, or did they come up with a paint color chart in their hand and say
that's right. So where are we on the scale here?
Where we're looking at here.
Like I wouldn't be shocked. Like the royal or like
this
is going to get me into trouble.
Is it racism or is it an insensitive question?
Oh, but it's also like the blue bloodline thing where it's like they used to fuck each other, like brother and sister, just to keep the bloodline tight and to keep everything clean and pure. You know what I mean? And I think it is just a straight up racism. Like why would it be a problem? Why would that even be a thought in your head? Even if it was a shitty question, like there is. Why is it there? Like, why is it a question to start off with? What does it matter?
Oh, because I actually I defended the royal family in that debate.
What do you think though? Like, come on, man.
Again, it made for a great debate because obviously a lot of people.
The phone was
the phone were happy with my views, but
yeah.
But how did you defend that? Like, how did somebody go? Like, how black is this baby going to be without it being racist?
I think I took the line of saying, if I remember correctly, that if if I was with a Chinese woman, and my mate came to me and said, I hear your missus is pregnant. What complexion do you think the baby would have? Do you think the baby's gonna be light? Would you take after you or her? Would I be offended? Would I straight away call him a racist and want to fight him? Or
but
would I just laugh and say,
I think it's contextual, right? Like your mate saying it to you is fine. Like, but if I came up to you, somebody you don't know,
and I was like, that you didn't ring in because I wouldn't have an answer for that. But
you know what I mean? Like, if I come up to you fresh off the street, I'm like, oh, you have an Asian girlfriend. What's that going to be like? You're going to go, you're going to get that old people get away with it. Like my grandma has said some stuff. You're like, Grandma, come on. But you laugh because it's like a baby swearing. You know what I mean? Like a baby will say fuck and you're like, oh, that's funny. It's like an old person saying something racist. You laugh at it, but then you're like, holy, that person is like ultra racist. You're like, what the fuck? You know?
I don't know if I've ever told this, Easy, but I remember this is quite a few years ago when my brother had his first flat. He used to live upstairs, and there used to be a old white woman downstairs. And he used to say to me that every morning, I don't know how to say this, but every morning he said that she used to come outside and she used to be shouting the N-word. I was going to say it, but I won't say it. Every morning. And she had a cat. That was the name of the cat.
The cat. Oh,
and apparently she was a lovely woman. and that was just the name of the cat, and that's just
what do you mean? It's just
what she used to shout out every morning. And that's no joke.
No.
That was really, we was just going there. And she shut that every morning. But
let me drop this now.
Oh goodness.
Earlier, I was working at John Lewis in the financial department, and these two old women came up to me and they said to me, I was in a nice pinstripe suit and everything, and they went, "Excuse me, sir, are you the overseer?" And I was like, "Am I the what?" The overseer, yeah. And they wanted some cushions in what was it called? It was called N Blue. So it was called
No way.
N-word blue. Yeah, there was a color back in the day called
right.
N Blue. Yeah.
I don't know that color, bro.
Yeah, that's
I'm guessing it's a dark blue.
We're talking about way back. It was called N Blue. And they were like, "Yeah, do you do it in N Blue?" I'm like, "Are you two taking the piss?"
Yeah, like,
Are you two? I'm not supposed to put my hand on a woman, but I will drop kick the two of you.
I'll straight up punch you in your throat.
And then my manager came up, and they were talking to her, and I stood behind the two women, and I'm making the throat across the knife across the throat sign. I was fuming. But when it came to me, "Excuse me, sir, are you the overseer?" I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's that bad, bro. I could tell you other things.
Overseer?
It's another one then.
Go on then.
Another one. And this is when my first main job, this was. So, and when I had my first child. So I would have been in my early 20s. Right. And my missus came and we brought the child to the place to show my manager because, she just knows I've got a kid. And there used to be a company downstairs. And again, there was an old couple and I got on great with them. In fact, so much so that when I brought the baby, they came up to see the baby as well.
Okay.
And when I showed them my little girl, the mother said, and I remember this, and this is a long time ago, and a lovely woman, and here's what she said: "What a lovely pickaninny."
Holy shit.
No.
And I was young then, and I was fuming. But I think I must have just said something like, just
Like,
no, I didn't. I just said, no, she's just a little girl, like if it,
that's
crazy.
But
the thing is, again, it wasn't said
like maliciously,
right, yeah, it wasn't said maliciously, and that's the difference. Because if it was, I think I would have kicked off. I was at that age in my life when I would have kicked off big time.
Yeah.
But it wasn't said maliciously, but nevertheless, what a lovely pickaninny.
Isn't that crazy? Like I was saying, it's like how acceptable it was. Like to her, like you said, even though it wasn't a malicious word, it's still a word in her vocabulary where she associates it. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
and saying it with zero repercussions in her whole life. Bananas.
Up here in Scotland, when I first moved up here, I think I told you, Sandra, they would say, "Oh yeah, so you're coloured." They call me coloured. Coloured. But it was up here.
Is it? Did it bother you?
Again,
like, obviously it bothered you, but like,
yeah, it bothered me. Yeah, it did.
No, it does. That doesn't bother me. I mean, don't forget our parents.
Oh yeah, I know.
No. Here's something interesting. Then
go on.
Our parents, they would be more concerned about being called black than being called coloured. Because I think that's you could argue. That we're not black. Our skin color is not black. You could argue that.
Yes, you could. Yeah, definitely.
You could argue that.
I guess as a white guy, I need to be very careful. Like, I don't know how to say it. I'm just going to say it and forgive me if it's like, what?
Josh, go on, talk it. You're 5,000 miles away. Say what
you like, say. No, I'll knock on the door in 3 days. But first flight, what? I guess. But uneducated, what would be the word that people would use that wouldn't be so bad? Like if somebody called me a white guy, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. Like, but I guess there's no hate behind it as well. No, that's a hard one.
So let me ask you the question quickly before I answer yours. What if you're saying, like, they say white guy and you say, yeah, well, okay, there's no hate behind it. So what should you be calling?
Like
Caucasian. Don't tell me Caucasian is the right word.
Yeah, I don't. Somebody called me Caucasian.
Exactly.
Like, what are you saying, man?
So what's the word then? If it's not
but,
white,
but that's what I like as a descriptive word. Once again, how would people say it? Like if they were to be like to describe you, what word would they use?
Oh no, for me, Oh yeah, for me,
But would you-
black is okay.
So you'd be happy
black-
with
yeah,
a
black is
black
okay.
guy?
Yeah.
Even though
So-
I can question it, and I know that my parents probably. My point when I said that was that I don't get offended when people say coloured because again, normally the people who say coloured are from that generation.
Yeah, there's a bit of malice
when
behind
to
it,
say
yeah.
black was offensive.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay,
So-
yeah. I
so-
get where you're
Or
coming from.
because they actually think the word black is being offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, it would have been. You know what I mean? Because normally, in the old times, when somebody called you black, there was another word that came straight after.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been called that.
Well, of course, everybody has. Well, not everybody. Every black man has.
I doubt
Yeah.
Josh has.
I'm assuming, Josh, you know what
I
the
get
word after
every day.
I'm assuming you know what I mean by the second word after black. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get
okay,
I get
just
caught
want-
on
just-
every day.
just
I
wanna make
step
sure.
out of my house. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
Do you guys?
Yeah.
Is it still really bad over in the UK? Because there was, I think, like with all that stuff happening in America, was it? Did you guys get the same sort of response there, where you guys like it? It was. It sucks that it had to be like such a bad case, but did it open the door for you guys too to really push it home? Like you got to fucking stop. Like this shit is not okay. It's not funny. You're not being cool. Did you guys use that? And is it still really apparent over there that, you know, getting called the N-word for just not, for like these really, like stupid things, you know what I mean? You cut somebody off or you step on somebody's shoes. Do you find that it's still happening over there?
Easy.
You know what, Josh? The thing is, over here, it's subtle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's subtle. And dare I say this, I prefer to know the racist as opposed to someone smiling in my face
Yeah.
and then talking about me behind my back.
Yeah. And treating you.
Yeah, we always say that in the UK, but bro,
What?
I'm thinking if we were having it in our face the way the US are, we'd be pissing ourselves. Mate.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, the thing is though, right, Andre, is the fact that we've never had that. So you're absolutely right. That's probably how we would. But if we grew up with that from a child, we'd be different. We would be different. We would act different.
Nobody can convince me that we in the UK haven't got it better than the black
I'm not saying
people
we
in
have.
the
I'm
US.
not saying
Even
we, I'm
though,
not saying we have. I'm not saying it's more it's subtle here.
yeah. There's no doubt.
def-
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
subtle,
It's still rife.
It's prevalent. It's prevalent. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no
it's,
doubt.
they're more. It's very few people, Josh, that will outright and say, "Oi, you black this or
Yeah,
"Oi,
because they
you-"
know what's going to happen next, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You've
they
got to
know
be
what's
ready to
happening,
stand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stand your ground. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, definitely. That's America's fucked. America's just a different place. It's just have you guys been?
Yeah,
I
loads of
haven't,
times.
but easy as.
Loads of times.
It's
And it's funny. I remember once I got shouted at by. I actually was asking directions. One of the very few times I was in New York. First times I was in New York, and officer. I walked up to the police car, and the police officer on the passenger side, he just kicked off at me, but the driver, the officer behind the wheel, he jumped out and apologized because he clicked that I was actually
English.
there you go. He clicked that I was English, yeah.
That's
And he
wild,
apologized for his
man.
partner. And the partner came out and apologized and so on and so forth. Do you know what I mean? I mean, and also, because there's also
So what did he kick off at you about?
because I got too close to the car. He thought I was going to,
Rah!
yeah.
Stand
yeah.
away from the vehicle.
That's right. Guns drawn and stuff. He's got
Yeah.
like fucking shotguns.
Yeah, but
wild
my
over
man,
there.
seriously, my man got fire in him. Oi, what do you think you're doing? God damn it! And the other officer, I mean, what's your problem? And the officer just
He's a
jumped out and
pommy.
said,
Yeah,
other said, not a pommy. Oh, he's a pommy. Yeah, yeah, he is. Yeah. But yeah, the other guy jumped out and he apologized and so on and so forth. Then the passenger one got out, but I wouldn't fuss with talking to him afterwards. After that,
Yeah, I
the
wouldn't
other
be
one
either,
showed-
man.
gave me directions. He was cool as fuck. But the other one, I said, no, man, you can change
But
that one there right now.
The crazy part about that story is the fact that like you had to be from a different country. You had to have an accent for them to apologize for screaming.
Isn't that
at you,
interesting?
but you know
Isn't
what
that
I mean?
interesting?
Yeah.
So
That-
But
what does that mean then?
here's the other thing, though. I've never had another racist incident in all the time I've been to America. Not one.
So a quick crazy question then.
One.
If he was cool once he realized you're UK, you're from UK, is he a racist?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's right. What? Yes. Are you answering the question, or are you answering? Josh?
Hold on a second. Let me flip that. One time, my ex-girlfriend and I were in Detroit, and we had gone there to see catch up with a friend of ours, and he wanted to introduce us to a little 13-year-old rapper, and the rapper was staying at his grandmother's. So my girlfriend at the time, she was white. We went there, and the grandmother opened the door, and she took one look at her, and you could have seen the face like, oh hell no, she's not coming in here. Okay, so then my girlfriend, she said, oh hi, good morning, how are you? And all of a sudden it changed because she's English.
She's English, yeah.
Right.
Or she's British. Come in. Then about 5 minutes later, the boy's mother came with 3 of her friends. And they looked my girlfriend up and down like they're ready to do something to her. So she said, hello. Oh my God, girl, where are you from? Next thing I know, she's got 3 bodyguards.
Okay.
She's got 3, and also we would every time we're in New York, we go to the Apollo Theater, and she'd go to the bar to buy a drink, whatever, and she was getting looks and what have you, and as soon as she opened her mouth, everything just stopped.
Happy
Everything
days,
was just cool, and I began to think, hold on a second, is it white Americans they got a problem with, as opposed to?
So I don't think that answers. That still leaves me the question to pose a question.
Is that racist?
Say again?
Is that racist? Like both
Yeah.
ends, you know what I mean? Is that mum?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
bringing you
Yeah,
into the
that's the
house?
question I'm asking.
Or is it the fact that they interact with many people from elsewhere?
I don't know. I'm asking the question. I'm asking you. Is that racist?
I don't. Is it racist?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, before, yeah. I do. Yeah,
it has to be.
Absolutely.
You're putting some sort of.
It is.
It's 100%.
It is.
Putting
Absolutely.
some sort of prejudice on somebody for the way they
It's
look.
like saying, take Josh there, and all of a sudden they see Josh there. All they look at it, they think with that beard Josh has got anyway. They think my man's a redneck. What? And so he just opened his mouth.
It's getting too familiar now, Josh. It's getting too familiar now.
No. Hold on a second. Until Josh opened his mouth.
Yeah. And he's
It's
still a redneck.
It's a bit familiar there.
He's still a redneck.
Exactly. And then you can say, is it Antipodean? And they go, what? Because the Americans are not the fastest.
Yeah.
The Americans are not the fastest. Yeah.
But America's just and it's not everybody. And Americans are, when I was over there, they were nothing but nice. But once again, was that based off my accent? Probably. You know what I mean?
I'd get. They'd say to me, say something else. I say, hello.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I had the same thing. Say mate. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I mean? It's
A friend of mine in Baltimore, his housemate, wanted he and I to go to a club, and he said, "Yeah, let's go to a club and pick up some girls. You can be my cousin." And my girlfriend's sitting right there.
Hey.
My girlfriend's sitting right there. I
that's
said,
fun.
seriously, bruv? Seriously?
Just getting that stare. You know the one.
Yeah,
You know that one.
yeah.
We've all seen it. We've all seen it. Yeah, but America's a crazy place. I remember being over there, and if you watch their regular TV for long enough, you're paranoid as fuck because all you see is car chases and shootings, and that is every day. That is all the time. I remember we started watching it, and then I was like, I can't watch it anymore. We got to watch DVDs or movies or whatever. Because it was every fucking time you turn the TV on, somebody got shot. Oh, somebody's been stabbed. So there's that perpetual fear. And I think when fear's attached to anything, you just associate it with things. So police or black people or now the Asians have got it over there. Asians are really copping it hard over there because who the fuck knows?
Because of COVID, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. But the whole thing is stupid. But it's such an internal issue and something that'll never stop because it's fueled by money. So it's going to be one of those things that'll go on forever and ever and ever until they stop this fucking I don't know. Me being a white guy, we don't
aliens.
We don't have to worry about shit, man.
Until aliens when aliens turn up and start causing drama.
What if they come down and they're racist?
They see black people and white people in America come together as one. Not.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Aliens will come down. Racists. They're rednecks from space. I don't know. That's a hard topic that I have no place in discussing.
I'm part of a group, like a little gaming group with the guys from USA, and they're pro Trump.
Oh.
And even though it's a gaming group, all they talk about is politics.
Yeah.
And one thing I've realized about those guys is how much they love guns. I know, you always hear about they got the right to bear arms, but they're forever showing their gun cabinets and talking about the new guns that they I tell you, it's amazing just how much they relish and love guns.
It's ingrained. Yeah.
Fucking
ingrained.
I know that they don't want to give them up, but I didn't realize it was I didn't realize how important guns were to them. It's actually scary how important it is to them.
Yeah, it's like an extension of your body. Definitely. Guns are cool. Like they glorify them. They make them look like awesome, and you know what I mean. And you'll see videos of people shooting them, and they look fucking cool. Like I remember, I've had some guys from the army on, and they're like, guns are sick.
Mm. But because they're always showing them, they're always taking pictures of them.
Yeah, like have you seen the gun shows over there? They got like fucking like models with guns, and they really glorify the fuck out of them. But then once again, attached to that perpetual fear, it's like, one, it's cool. Two, it's protecting me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you are never going to get rid of guns over there because I remember like having the same argument with them over there. So we had the Port Arthur massacre, and after that, we got rid of all the guns. There's no more fucking guns.
That's right.
And I remember I was talking to them about it.
Josh, was that semi-automatics or was that every gun?
I think he had everything. We don't have gun. You cannot buy a gun here. You can buy one if you're a farmer. You know what I mean? But then there's ultra strict rules to it. But then immediately after, there's no gun related. It really minimized the gun related deaths. And I remember having a chat to them about it, and they're like, "Well, how would you know?" And I was like, "Because we did it. We had one mass shooting, and we fucked all the guns off, and now we don't have any." And I was like, "How do you not?" And they're like, and they're like, "Nope." And you're like, "What?" Like they're like, "We need them. Like we're stopping more from happening by not having them." And you're like, that logic makes absolutely no fucking sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've had two that I can recall. We had the Hungerford massacre.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Yeah. And then we had Dunblane back in 95, I think it was.
I can't remember what it was, but It's been a while.
Yeah. Guy went up and shot up a school.
That's fucking
and killed 16 kids or something like that.
I think it's always that counter argument is like we don't have a gun problem, we have a mental health problem. Which is very true. Once again, if you're living in a country where you like, especially if you're not white and you're getting bashed in the street and you're getting shot, like you're gonna have that fucking that sense of fear hanging over your head every single day, and that causes trauma, and then that trauma is passed down and until the point where people think going in and shooting up a school is their only solution to fixing their life.
What happened to crazy?
Just plain old crazy.
Just fucking.
What happened to plain old crazy? What happened to plain old? I'm sorry. What happened to plain old crazy?
Yeah, that's right.
It can't be all mental health.
But then it's all crazy. No, but here's the thing: it's also glorified over there too. Like, how much fucking press do these people get? How much is it just blasted in your face? Like, we've had another shooter. They had that one in New Zealand recently at the mosque, right? And the Prime Minister was like, "We're not putting him on the news. We're not putting him in the papers. Forget his name. Forget him."
There was never saw any images of the guy.
Yeah, they did the trial. They showed a bit of the trial, but that was it. That was it. Aside from like the odd piece, like it was aware, but she was like, "We're not. He doesn't suffer for this." She's like the families do, and let's talk about them and bring it. Like, let's not talk about that he did fucking 52 murders, or whatever it was. Like, so fuck him off. But over in the States, it's like, oh, this white guy with mental health issues, and he went in and shot up the school, and this is why, and he was a good kid, and you know what I mean? And you're like, he's a good kid? Fuck, I was a good kid, man. You know what I mean? Like, comparatively, I was a fucking brilliant kid.
Good kid turned bad.
Yeah, that's, you know what I mean? And it's like this weird, and then, like, imagine being another like 16, 17, whatever it is, and like, and you read this and you're like, I feel the same way as this kid felt, and I look similar to him, and he's now getting attention. And they're like, I'm not getting any attention at school, and this guy now has fucking worldwide attention. I'm gonna go do the fucking same. Like they make movies about it, and it's. But name a victim. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Name it. Yeah, it's true.
Name the victims.
Yeah.
You can't. Like you can't rattle them off. You can name the big ones, you know, the George Floyds and the Breonna Taylors and stuff like that. But name the rest of them, man. Like you don't hear it. And that's
it's true. Yeah.
Like
you're right.
And that's why they're never getting rid of these fucking guns over there. Like it's cool.
Amazing.
It's fucking cool. You know what I mean? And like you said, even your game group that has nothing to do with it, they're like, look how big my dick is.
And all they talk about is politics and guns and showing guns. Yeah, amazing.
Like that's wild, right? They got nothing else.
The two don't even go together.
That's right. It's been proven that they don't go together. Like that Second Amendment is for the first. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's bananas. Do they still have gun shops and shit over there, over in the UK?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's once again, how solid is that argument? You know what I mean? We don't have them, and then we don't have them. You know, we don't have guns, so we don't have shootings.
We have shootings, but apparently it's with regards to.
Don't say black on black.
No. It's replica guns being drilled out and reactivated.
Now everybody knows that. Go down, get yourself a replica.
How do they do that? Easy. How do they do that?
Yeah, how did they do that?
They drill out the barrel. They drill out the barrel.
No, let's not go into details.
Oh, you asked me. You fucking up.
How do you know? Easy.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you know? I got a couple. This could be like
an erudite young man.
Yeah.
I'm an erudite young connoisseur of all things.
Very industrious. I like to tinker.
I came across this information. Yeah.
That's fun.
You know?
God, man.
I guess all the heavy stuff out of the way. What do you let's talk about your show. I guess for people who haven't listened or will be listening, it's like an argument-based show, right? Let's start from the start. How did you two get together? How did this all kick off? Like, how was everything leading up to this?
Blame that fool right there in the glasses, I was going to say, but I'm wearing them as well.
You're wearing them too.
So I got approached by, again, as I said before, LN Soul Radio. They wanted me to do a DJ slot on their program, on their station. So I thought about it and I said, okay, I'll do a program, but not DJ. Everyone is doing DJs. Everyone's playing music.
Yeah.
And so let's do something different. I'll do a chat show. So that was the original plan. It was going to be a chat show. Then what happens? They liked the idea so much that they went and got another couple of women to do a chat show. Mm-hmm. So so I thought, well, bloody hell. 1 minute, I think I've got a nice niche on a radio station. Now all of a sudden there's going to be two of us. Okay, I'm still going to not do music, but instead of a chat, let's make it more of a debate. Mm-hmm. So the next step was to find someone. I had a few people in mind, but I texted Easy about 5 a.m. Other people asked questions. Easy came back and said, yeah, I'm up for that. Mm. And I thought, well, that's a great start. So, so from then we just got things together. We did a test broadcast.
Yep. And we had people ringing in then.
Yeah. We got raving reviews on a test broadcast where I don't even know what we talked about. We just went on there and talked rubbish.
We posed a boxing question. We posed the boxing question, remember?
Oh, is it? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we posed the boxing
question. Did we pose it or did we just end up talking about it and people just...
I think I dropped a question like, who's considered to be, who would you consider to be the best boxer?
All right. Oh, but I remember we got,
Who'd you guys pick?
It just went from there.
Who'd you guys pick for the best boxer?
Me personally, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sugar Ray.
All right. I said Mike Tyson. I said...
that's what you did.
Controversial, but for me, in his time, in his peak, the greatest boxer there was, mate. Take out anybody. The baddest man on the planet.
He was bad man. He's still a bad
deserved
man.
that title.
Yeah.
He is still
But
a
no,
bad
see,
man.
yeah,
Josh,
that's how.
who do you think, Josh?
No, I'd be
Yeah.
I'd be Tyson too, but it's like I always weigh up like what people do for the sport as well, like inside and out. So it's like I've had
That's a separate question then.
a similar debate about Conor McGregor being one of the better fighters in UFC. Even though he loses a lot, like he's still a fantastic fighter, and to get 2 belts in 2 different divisions, like how do you not put him up there with like one of the best? You know what I mean? And
Right.
then and then what he contributed outside of the sport also. I think like any sport, right? You have to. It's not just what you do in there. Like you could say Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray was a good fighter, but I just don't think he was as loud. You know, where Tyson was that loud, out there character. That's why he will stand out, and he will.
Plus, he was knocking people out.
and he was
every
fucking
fight.
eating people
Let's
alive.
not forget that.
Like 19-year-old, like just absolutely eating people alive. So yeah, I don't know. I'd still put it down to Tyson as well. Like I like Tyson as a person too. Like I think he's been a man who went through some shit and came back.
If you're going to talk about what they've done outside the ring, then I would have went more the Muhammad Ali route then, because I think that as a bloke,
Yeah,
think
definitely,
he
especially at the time as
did
well.
a
with
lot
the-
for
you know, like
yeah.
not subscribing to the whole like American fucking military complex of like going to a war that he has nothing to do with. I remember he said like the best thing about it, and he's like I'm not going over because they're not calling me the N word, but you guys here
Yeah.
are, and that's that.
Especially in that time,
Right.
In that time,
Yeah.
way ahead of himself,
Yeah.
way ahead of his time.
And that's
Yeah.
wild. So I'd put him up there too for in and
So
out.
was, that
And
a
like,
so was that a sacrifice again, Andre?
Yeah, see,
Here we-
yeah.
Yeah.
You see, Josh, we had a big thing about that. Of course, that was a sacrifice.
Yeah, okay. Moving
Easy
on.
reckons that wasn't a sacrifice.
Yeah,
What, not
nothing
going-
see
not
here,
going to
bro.
Vietnam?
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
what was what did he
But
sacrifice?
anyway, yeah, we digress.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we so the original plan was to get a few co-hosts in, but Easy basically just made it his own. To be honest, I think he made it in a scenario that I couldn't really ask anybody else. He just made it his own and fitted in well. We gelled very well together. We were able to debate hard. We were able to banter well as well. And how we met, I knew Easy from school.
School.
Oh,
Yep. So not too long ago.
yeah, a couple of years.
Yeah, I had to pause for that.
Fresh out.
So yeah, we met him at school. We dropped out of touch for quite a few years. Then one day in Victoria Station, I think it was, I saw your brother, or your brother saw me,
Yeah.
and he gave me a number. And then we were actually just
Texting back and forth. Yeah, WhatsApping back and forth.
WhatsApping and running jokes over WhatsApp, and that must have went on for I don't know a year
Years.
or so.
Yeah.
yeah, for quite a while until this
Yeah.
cropped up, and then I then I asked him to text. So it was strange when the first time I actually saw you was when we linked up for a juxtaposition
Chat.
debate. Yeah, chat. So that was weird. That was weird. But,
Was it weird? But
Well,
yeah,
it
but
was-
the thing is though, right, Josh? Like you said, Andre and I've not seen Andre and likewise in a good few years.
Yeah.
But when we came on, it was Skype. We jumped on Skype. We were chatting for about 3 hours, and we were just running joke left, right, and center. And we said,
But
yeah,
we was running joke on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was on the bus and we was WhatsApping, and I can't remember what you said. And I bust out laugh on the bus, and people spun around. And that's just through texting.
Yeah.
And that's so crazy. And people was looking, hey, what's up with him? But
Yeah. So you're the crazy guy on the bus. You're
Yeah.
that madman.
Yeah.
You're that
Laughing
plane
out
crazy.
loud on the bus. He must be crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's really how we got about, and that's what the juxtaposition originally was just for radio, just for Ellen Radio, but we found that we're getting quite a few people listening, and more importantly, we've got a quite a good fan base of people that are texting and calling in.
yeah,
That's
And
awesome.
obviously, always. Sorry.
Yeah, it's such a like an awesome. I think having a debate with anybody nowadays is super hard. And the fact that you guys can throw the banter in there and make it a bit fun.
Right. It's important, that part.
Well, yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Like
definitely,
how many arguments do you get in with people where it's just like talking to a brick wall? You know what I mean? And nobody gets their point across, and it just makes you like infuriated
Right.
the more you go on. So it's
yeah.
So you can't talk about any topic because it's always going to be a fight rather than just a
Right.
discussion. So
So we definitely make a conscious effort not to get that way. I'm not talking about us because we don't need to. We have no problems in debating and bantering and at the same time. But especially if I choose the controversial end of things, which I normally do, I don't deny I'm careful. Like even though I'm being controversial on the things that I'm saying are controversial, I'm careful not to alienate the listeners too much. Like I said, if I'm telling you that you're, even though you've worked really hard to bring up your son, you're not able to bring him up to be a man. That's out of order. To be telling a woman that's out of order. Yeah. So I could have just hit that hard and just said, nah, you can't do it. But no, I've painstakingly tried to say that doesn't mean you're not a good mother. So we are controversial, but at the same time, I try. Doesn't always work, but I try not to piss people off.
And the thing is as well, Josh, there have been times when Andre and I we have been throwing bombs at each other. Yeah. And we'll get texts in the next week or saying that, oh, Andre did this and Andre was bullying easy. And we're like, we're fine.
Yeah, we're just
we're
having
absolutely
a chat.
fine.
Yeah.
When we come off air, the first thing we say is, man, that was a good show, That was a good show. But apparently, some people got in their head that someone was being bullied or just battering each other. Yeah.
No, I think that again, I'm always talking about color, but that's how it is. I think when we normally say at the beginning, it's the sort of debate that you can get in any black barbershop in and around London. Yeah. So if you go into any black barbershop in and around London, you'll see guys and they'll be debating hard. They'll be arguing almost. To an outsider, it might sound like they're arguing. Yeah. But they're not necessarily arguing. They're just putting their views across. Yeah. And again, at the same time, somebody will say something funny. Everybody will bust out laughing. And then at some stage, they'll go back to the debate. So a lot of people, if they're not used to that sort of thing, they think that we're arguing or they think that we're going in a bit heavy. But to us, we're not. We're just putting our point across.
Yeah, but that's right. Yeah. That's what it's meant to be like. Like I said, I think if the amount of times I've had arguments with people, and it's just that brick wall, and I think you can believe what you can want to believe, but you can also see somebody else's point of view, and I think that's where like a lot of people don't get. So when you guys fight, they only they put themselves in the same position. They're like, well, I'm sticking with one of them, and it's attacking me personally, and you know what I mean. So.
Yeah, it's that's why we choose opposing sides, and there's no sitting on the fence, and that's one thing we say. So I can't say to Easy, well, okay, I believe this, but no. Yeah. If I'm gonna be for, I have to be for, and if he's against, he has to be against, and that's how we do it. And that's what, as you said, gets the opposing sides. That's what gets people more in tune. That's why some people might love Easy and hate Andre.
Do you get that?
That's just how it is.
Are you one of the wildest ones we had was should Idris Elba play James Bond?
Oh yeah. Do you know who Idris Elba is?
I love Idris Elba. Idris Elba, what a dude. Do you think he should play James Bond?
I said yes.
I argued no.
No.
Why? Why can't he play James Bond?
Well, interestingly, the argument that got the most responses, I said, picture the scene. He's they're in a casino. They're gambling. There's a chair that's empty. No James Bond. Where is he? He's driving through London in his Aston Martin. Yeah. Next thing he sees blue lights. Woo! He gets pulled over by the police.
Yeah. How'd you get this car? Is that your suit?
He can't be James Bond because he's never going to be able to drive one of those cars. He's never going to be able to get from A to B. He's never going to be able to get into that casino because they're going to stop him at the door. They're going to tell him he's got to go around to the service entrance. And then he's never going to be able to live the life that James Bond is living.
Can't go around.
Just can't be done.
Can't go around slinging dick anymore. He has to keep it clean. You know what I mean?
But that one, Josh, seriously, the foe again went ballistic.
That one did, when they heard that.
And then Andre and another caller said that it should be all right for the Black Panther to be played by a white guy.
Oh yeah, it would. Yeah, would it be? Yeah, if that's the case, would it be okay? Great question. Would it be okay
so a white guy being running.
Yeah, because I said, would you like it if a white guy played Shaft?
That's right. There's a white Shaft out there.
Yeah.
He's just like all rigid and shit when he moves. he can't dance and shit.
Oh yeah, because didn't someone ring in? Didn't someone write in and saying the white guy wouldn't be able to walk to the tune or something?
Yeah, that's right. He's like, let's go get him, fellas. You know what I mean? He's got no rhythm at all.
yeah. Someone actually wrote in and someone just rang in or wrote in and said that.
Yeah. So he said, Andre then said about, easy. So what if Prince T'Challa was white? And I looked at him and I said, that's Tarzan.
Oh yeah. You picked up with that. Yeah.
You're talking about Tarzan, bro.
Same dude.
That's right.
Same guy. Yeah, that's
that one. Oh man, that one was fire.
Yeah, that one surprisingly went very well.
Lively.
People loved that one.
Yeah, that one was well lively.
I see, which is interesting as well. You can never quite tell what's going to be a great program. Some of the ones that we think are just going to be fillers.
Mediocre, yeah,
ended up being very good. But I guess you never know until you actually right in the midst of it.
It's amazing. It's amazing the views that people have when we finish a show. We always give it a little autopsy and see where it could have been better or so on and so forth. But when we know it's good when we realize the amount of calls we get or the texts we get during the show, or when people text in that have never texted before, and they drop a gem of a text. Yeah. We had one with regards to stop and search. And we had one from
should stop and search be allowed?
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys know stop and search, Josh? Do you guys know stop and search?
I don't know what that is. They search your car?
It's a police thing. It's a police thing.
Does that happen there?
Yeah. It's never stopped.
What's happened?
Huh? Oh, do they stop and search your car?
Not just the car. Not just the car. You as well.
Car, you as well.
What?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So we've got a lot of young black people here. A lot of young black people are complaining because they're... Sorry?
So nope. Like, we're going to search your car. I'm like, not today, brother. You ain't searching shit.
All right.
So isn't there what's the legality behind that? Like, they could, if they suspect anything, or they can just pick and choose?
There you go.
That's the big question. So the question is, at the moment they can just stop you and say, we suspect that you might be carrying drugs. That's an easy one, carrying drugs, because and then they can just stop you and search you. So the question is, and because in England now we've got this large black on black crime that the press is also pushing very hard. Yeah. So what's happening is now a lot of our generation are actually saying, yes, if it saves a life, yes, they should bring back stop and search. So, of course, I'm arguing no. Easy, I think you said yes.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I argued yes. Yeah, I argued yes.
Yeah, so,
yes, they should be able to, I don't know, man. That's. I remember talking to somebody about the fire, what is it? The vaccine having a chip in it. It's idiotic and it's idiotic to think that they use this to track you and whatever. And then I was like, and then who did you decide? People are fallible, and you're gonna make assumptions based off it. I think if you start allowing people to stop and search, as if it's not going to be discriminative, there's no sense of the word where it's not.
It already is discriminated.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
I don't
know. What happened was, Josh, is that we got a text from a Maori woman.
In New Zealand,
in New Zealand, and she said she got stopped for walking along the street with eggs.
Yeah, because she wasn't in a box or something. It wasn't in a packet.
It wasn't. Yeah, and she got stopped.
Yeah, I said, easy, all over the world. It's all over the world.
Yeah, it's all over the world. Yeah. Except for where Josh is.
Yeah, that's right. Live in God's country.
So I argued that they shouldn't, because it's already happening. But I argued that it shouldn't be allowed. But I think a lot of people now, they're so desperate to try and stop this quote black on black crime thing that they're saying yes. If it saves a life, that was the
argument.
The cliche line that everyone wanted to say. If it saves a life, then yes, you should allow it to continue.
Isn't that the same argument as if teachers have guns, we'll save more students? Or
exactly.
If, you know what I mean? Does it say I'd be interested to see the actual statistics of the amount of people that are pulled over, who's pulled over, and the amount of times that they'd actually find something in the car. I reckon.
Right. Well, that's it as well. That's it as well.
Because there was I think I watched a documentary on the crack epidemic. And the same sort of thing. They're finding like there was like a bizarre statistic of like 90% of the people they bring in for crack related crimes were black. Because they were only searching black people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, that's that's exactly what's going to happen.
So over here, that's what happens. But what they're doing is they're stopping these young black youths, searching them, and they're finding a little bit of personal marijuana. And they're trying them for that. So you end up with a criminal record or whatever because you've got a little bit of marijuana, even though that's not what you were really stopped for. You were just, you're not doing anyone any harm. But again, you're being criminalized.
I think it's just
you can't get a job. So what do you do when you can't get a job? You end up doing criminal things.
I think it's just old dusty white dudes who think that this thing should be allowed. They're like, you know what I mean? Like some old guy who doesn't like, well, we need to stop people and search their cars. And
well, as I said,
they've never seen the system, man. Like they don't understand that. Like if you get pulled over, like when you're 17 and they find anything on you, it sticks with you forever. But then it also builds like a bad taste in your mouth regarding the law. The law is meant to be there to help. And when they're out there like actively, like even that crack thing, as if you're not going to build resentment, as if you're not going to go like 90%, like it's only black people doing crack, and like you like as if it is. So immediate resentment, and then that once again it just fuels this fire of.
Especially if you're being stopped, a couple of times a week, every week.
Yeah,
exactly. So it's not like they're just getting stopped once or twice in their lifetime or 3 times. It's a regular thing for these guys. So of course, after a while, they become belligerent.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like I think if you just boil it down, like nobody likes getting pulled over. Like it's a horrible feeling. Like we've all been through it. You'll be driving down the road and a cop will pull up behind you and not even pull you over, and your palms get sweaty and you get real tense. It's because you hate cops, like because some of them are dicks. but it's not all. Like most of them are okay, but there's always one cop. There's always one asshole that makes your life fucking hard, and then immediately that's all cops. And then let alone being pulled over for something that has nothing related to what you're doing. Like that'd be fucked. That is.
But as I said, imagine that. Even if the policeman is being, civil with you, there'll come a time, if it's happening too much, there'll come a time, and even though he's being civil, you're pissed.
Yeah, 100%.
You're pissed.
Yep.
I remember
what the hell are stopping me for now? I got stopped day before yesterday. I got stopped a week before. Yeah. And you stopped me again.
There was
he's being civil, but you don't want to know.
Yeah. There was one week where I got pulled over every single day. I wasn't even doing anything wrong. I was a P-plater with a loud car and some rims. They just pulled you over. Like, and once again, it's like you can't relate it, but it's like infuriating. It's like why the whole why are you picking on me? Even though there were different cops and there was different situations, but every single day of the week. So that's a stupid rule. But I guess then they'll have like one case where they'll pull some dude over and he'll have like a kilo of coke, and they're like, oh, this justifies us doing it. You know what I mean? Or he'll have a gun.
Yeah.
That's bananas. That's sort your shit out, law enforcement. Crazy. When you told me about it, it took me a while to like really sink in what the fuck was. I couldn't imagine a policeman pulling me over and being like, "Get out! I'm going to search your car." Because I'm I think that's the worst. Like I'd be off to. There is no way. Go.
See, that's it. So you'll have some guys who'll think like that, and what happens? Because the first thing they'll do is they'll call for backup. Give them too much power. The first thing they do is call for backup. And then once and by backup, we're talking another 6 or 7 cars just for you.
Yeah.
And then you've got drama.
And imagine that, like, especially if you're a young person. I think that the roughest run-in I had with the police, I was driving home and they stripped me of, like, I take my belt off, I took my shoes off.
What?
Because they reckon you're going to hang yourself.
It was, this was in the street.
In the street?
Yeah.
Shit.
Take my shoes off, take my belt off. I had a hat on, take my hat off, put your head on the bonnet with your hands behind your back. And then they were like, if you move, he heavily implied that he was going to kick the shit out of me and he's going to get heaps of people to come and throw me in the back of a paddy wagon. And you kind of
so what was that for though? What started all that? What brought all that?
Because I was driving home at 11:30 at night. It was nighttime.
That's it.
And I shouldn't be on the road apparently. And I was like, yeah, but you know what I mean?
Wow.
But the nonchalantness, like afterwards, where he was like, "All right, get your shit back on off." Like,
Jesus.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But imagine that, and I guess, like you said, the whole like like black people getting like singled out, not even just for parking things, it's everything, as if you're not going to hate something, someone.
Here's the twister though, Josh. See me being up here in Scotland.
Yeah.
I've not been stopped once.
Yeah, right. Why do you think
I've
that
not
is?
been
Though?
stopped once.
Okay.
You know what?
I'll tell my mates, maybe we should all move up there, shall we?
Yeah, that's it. Everybody.
See how long that lasts, mate.
That's right.
That's because, Josh, there's only 9 of us up here.
Oh yeah, that's
no, I can't even tell you. I can't.
That is why. You're probably not seen as a threat. There's not many of you down there, man. But,
Yeah, that's right.
Trust me, if we start coming up there in our droves,
Yeah, that's right.
you'll see how the attitudes start to change, mate.
100%. Start moving in next door. They know that you barrel out guns. Like you're going straight to jail.
I'm barrel out guns.
I just realised what Josh said.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, I've not been. The police drive past me, or if they're walking past me, they stop and say hello. I was like, look at this. In London, couldn't get it. I was telling, I told
In
him.
London, it'd be hello.
Exactly. Then one time, a policeman braced me up because they pulled up alongside me in the car, and he was being cheeky. The young guy being cheeky, he says to me, "Where are you coming from?" I said, "I'm coming from your mother's." And my man didn't like that.
You said that?
I did. I didn't tell someone at all, and my man just braced me up against the wall. Yeah. Quick.
What?
Happy days.
How crazy! Once again, how wild I can push you against the wall. Imagine like just a stranger, like you know what I mean?
Right,
like
yeah.
some dude giving you gaff and you're like
Andre
it's your
like
mum.
Andre says, you get fed up of getting stopped every other day.
But like I think especially in America, like America's particularly bad. I think their like the recruiting process is super fast, but Australia's bad too. And I think I watched it. There's a really good documentary currently on. It's like a Groundhog Day. With this black dude and this white cop keeps killing him the whole time. And there's a part of it where it was like there's people who he said he was bullied and he didn't want to be bullied anymore, so he became a cop. And I think that is such a prevalent thing where it's like how many cops are out there want to feel tough.
Power.
They want to get that gun.
Yep.
They want to get that badge.
Yep.
And then all that shit from their childhood starts coming back up. They're like, maybe like a black kid picked on him like back in like 3rd grade, and he's like, I'm gonna start tearing ass up. You know what I mean? Because of a fucking thing that I can hide behind. You know?
Because I agree with that as well. Because not only that, I think a lot of those cops, when you see them, the way that they treat black people, I think a lot of that stems from fear as well.
Yeah.
They don't really know black people. They're scared of how they're going to react. They don't quite know what they're going to do. They don't see themselves or their kids in black people. They just see violence or criminals. So there's a little bit of fear. So to hide that fear or to try to show you that they're in control, they are extra aggressive. And then the whole thing, I think, just roller coaster. That's what I think, man. I think a lot of it stems from fear on their part.
Do you think that fear comes from things like, this is another thing I was thinking about after watching this movie. It stems from like, I guess if you're like just a white dude from a country town where there's no black people and the only thing you know about them is rap music, because rap music is really prominent. And like in movies, like black guys are always like the big tough bad guys and stuff like that.
Of course, yeah.
That's fine.
But Josh, 9 times out of 10, we die before the credits run.
Yeah, that's right. First, straight off the bat, man. Like that used to be a really racist joke in Hollywood, right? Where the black person would be the first to die, and
easy. We used to as kids make jokes about that and put bets on how long he's gonna last.
How long he's gonna last? Yeah. Even
it's
you know
not,
what
not
got
now,
me?
but as kids,
it got me was when I saw it in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
The first person to die in Jurassic Park was a black guy.
Oh,
I burst
shit.
out laughing.
Yeah.
I burst out laughing. He got snatched by a dinosaur, and I thought that's never going to happen.
Oh, I know.
Because no black man is going to be looking to be hunting, trapping dinosaur. I thought.
So was he on his own? Because
no, in the whole.
I'd have thought he'd be able to outrun the
Yeah,
white
that's
folks.
right. Yeah, that's it.
Because black man can run.
Yeah.
my man got eaten up by the little baby Tyrannosaurus. I said, this is shit.
It's bullshit.
I thought, look,
He's getting out of there quick, smart.
I know we need a job, but come on.
Yeah, that's right. He wouldn't even be on that plane. They're like, so do you know what your job is? And like, he's like, nah, man. He's like, hunting dinosaurs. No, I'll see you later.
I burst out laughing when I saw that. I said, I thought, they're still doing that. Doing that.
We need more. Maybe we do need more Idris Elba. You know, we need him.
For real,
out there hunting dinosaurs and shit. You know, instead of Jeff Goldblum. That's what we need. Alrighty, boys, I gotta wrap it up. But so good talking to you both, man. This is it's been a good laugh. It's been a good.
Great stuff.
It's probably one of the
Likewise,
best.
man. Likewise.
Tell everybody what you got going on. I'm gonna post it all up anyway. But I guess if we just leave it. So what's coming up for you guys?
Today we are talking about cougars and sugar daddies.
Oh, that's a good one. Wait, who's like?
So this is a light topic. This one.
Yeah. Who's for like
cougars and sugar daddies?
Like, are you for and against being a cougar and a sugar daddy? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think I'm for the sugar daddies, and I think easiest for cougars. So we're going to really argue who's in the best position, who wins.
The pros and cons.
The pros and cons of being a cougar or a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
This one's gonna kick off, I reckon. It's gonna be your best one yet, because there's a lot of people out there doing the same thing. You know.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Alrighty, boys. Thank you so much. Once again, I'll be in touch. But fantastic talking to you both. This has been. And you,
man. It was nice.
Great stuff.
Really cool.
Right,
really cool.
Definitely, Josh.
See you later.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye bye. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. What a bunch of legends. I don't know if this camera's going to come back on, but I'm going to post all their stuff below. Very funny dudes. I've listened to some of their podcasts, and their arguments are hilarious. They're a bit like Andre was saying, they're a bit on the fringe sometimes. But I think it's if we don't have stuff like this, we're definitely going to not be able to talk about it at all. And not talking about it is just as bad. Other than that, website is now up. Go check out the website. Everything will be pushed through there shortly. Other than that, Nova, thanks for messaging. You're the best. Number one. Thanks, guys. See you later. Introduce yourselves. Tell everybody what you're about.
Right. You want to go first, Easy?
No.
Right, my name's Andre, and I am a host on the program that airs on LN Soul Radio in the UK called the Juxtaposition Debate. Why juxtaposition? A lot of people asked that when we first set it up. In fact, a lot of people told us not to use the name, wouldn't catch on. A lot of people wouldn't understand what it means.
Yeah.
So for those who may not understand, juxtaposition, two things being seen or placed close together with contrasting effect. And that's what Easy and I do every Sunday when we debate. So yeah, and that's what the juxtaposition is. It's a debate program. We pick a topic. We don't go on the fence. It's 1 for, 1 against, and then we debate it, but we debate it with banter.
Yeah.
So it's not just. So even though we may pick heavy topics, you know, there's always banter. There is a funny side to things, and that always crops up at some stage.
Yeah, nice.
So that's really what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that they're easy?
Nothing. Except the fact that you call it debate. We cuss, we fight. We do battle. We do.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it gets intense.
Yeah.
Other times it ends up just being a
free for all.
bloody-
Seriously, yeah, we
Yeah.
just do. We literally do battle. The word debate is only in the title.
Yeah, it's just to soften the blow. You know what I mean? Just you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. To load people to a false sense of security.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Just to
And then
just to lure them in.
you know,
Yeah, I love that.
We just kick in.
What's
we
been
just kick in with some.
What's been your favorite debate so far?
Oh man.
That's a good one.
There's been quite a few good ones. We did one just, it was not last week, the week before, and it was, what was it?
Mums.
It was
single mums.
Can a single mother raise a boy to be a man?
Mm-hmm.
And
How'd that go?
I picked that because I know that it's sensitive to Easy,
Yep.
and I said no, they can't.
Oh, easy. How'd you? Easy.
And Easy grew up with well, I guess he'll tell you, but yeah, he grew up with his
Yeah.
mother, so he wasn't too impressed with my stance. So that one, we went in on that one.
Yeah. And the thing was right, Josh. It was the phone blew up.
I can imagine, man.
Yeah.
That is such a
phone
sensitive
blew up.
topic. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
it's one of those things. It's like that is going to be a forever going argument. You know,
Of course.
and that would have been brilliant. What kind of
seriously.
feedback did you get? Do you get a lot of people coming in, like calling in and losing it, or what was the
Well,
general consensus?
I think I was quite shrewd in how I did it because, you know, here in the UK, we know there are a lot of people listening who are single mothers.
Yeah.
And a lot of them will have boys. So yeah, to hear on radio that some geezer saying,
Yeah, you
I
can't do
can't
it."
raise my
Yeah.
my boy to be a man, they're not going to want to hear that. But what I did maintain right throughout the program is that it doesn't mean that you're not a good mother. It just means
Yeah.
that you don't have the
Hear him
the
again.
know-how. Yeah, we're going for a debate again. You don't have the know-how.
this is-
You know, to teach the subtle things of what a man is.
Yeah,
So in other words, if I ask most women about about what a bloke is, most of them, if you have a normal conversation, most women say, "Oh, we don't understand you guys."
Yeah.
Well, my answer to that is, if you don't even understand us, how are you going to raise
raise
your son to be us?
Ow. Ow.
That's-
I think.
but nevertheless, you can raise him to have manners and all those good things, and he'll grow to be a great man.
Yeah.
You just can't teach him manly things.
Isn't it
That's the angle that I
Yeah.
went. And actually, you know, nobody rang up and really had a go at me. They obviously argued it, but nobody lost it.
Yeah, that's good.
No,
then.
no,
There's a
not
bit of,
yet.
like,
No one
logic
lost it. No,
behind
no,
Yeah,
keep going.
Yeah.
But we heard some good stories. People
Yeah,
ringing,
definitely.
people
Some
rang
great-
in and people were texting in, and it was He always likes to play the protagonist or the antagonist, I should say.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Andre, he likes to how shall I, you know what, rile up people.
Yeah, I think,
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why we get a lot of people
Give it
listening
traction.
and calling in.
that's right.
Yeah.
A lot of them want to have a go.
Even in your neck of the woods, Josh, we have people listening.
Yeah.
Even in Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, they're staying up late for this shit. Just to hear you guys fight. You know what I mean? Duke it out, boys. It's one of those. It's a subject, like you said. I think people immediately relate it back to they can't do something. Me and my partner fight
Right.
all the time about, like gender roles. And obviously there's a fine line between it, but there's obviously things that men can do that women can't do as well. That doesn't mean they can't do it. And my girlfriend gets so fired up, and I was like, but if you reverse it and you go, there's definitely things that women can do that men just do not do as well. They're like, yeah, that's fine. And you're like, you know what I mean? It's like, it'll be one of those like never ending arguments. Cause I think people are just going to hear that you think that they can't do it on a personal level, and they go, shut up.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that one there in case she comes home. She's going to clip me over the back of the head.
Indeed, yeah.
The joys of living alone.
Yeah, that's right. Just
Yeah.
silence. Peace. So, what else have you guys been talking about? What are some of your bigger topics? Obviously that's a heated one, and I guess it's
well, we
for
did-
you
we
easy.
did,
It's personal.
vaccine.
Vaccine's a good one. Who was
We
pro?
did the vaccine one.
Who's pro and who's against?
I was for it because I've had it.
Yep.
And of course, I was against. So again, you get a lot of polarized views on that subject.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
Again, and we had people texting in and calling in. One of them asking if she was Andre's doctor, wouldn't he want her to have the vaccine?
Oh,
you never answered that, did you? You never answered that, did you?
You know, and I have no idea. I can't remember. Things in the heat of the moment. You know, if you come back to me and say, "Oh, what did?" I mean, after so many of these programs, you say to me, "Oh, look, you said that," and I said, "Did I?" Because I'm not. I'm just talking off my head. So
my man's pleading the fifth.
Yeah, that's right. Just staying silent. Yeah.
And then we have the mad ones like makeup.
Oh. What was that about?
Women,
like, do
men prefer women with or without makeup?
Without makeup.
And who was?
What was that? What did you say? You said without.
I'm all natural.
And I said,
I don't know.
I said no, with. So again, a few women got offended by that.
A lot of women got offended by that.
Yeah, but again, how many of us met our women when they didn't have any makeup on at all? Most of us, when we met our women, they had makeup on.
Yeah, that's...
of course, because they were dressed to impress.
Yeah, that's right. You always put your good foot forward, but it's a different story in the next morning, right? you know,
of course.
But not to say that today. Once again, it's not saying that women aren't naturally beautiful, but some of them have. No, she's still not here. This is why I'm trying to get this one in real quick. But it's
at some stage she might watch this.
Yeah, that's right. I don't. But like, come on, some of them are taken. Why would they make a filter that gives you makeup if it wasn't so important? You know what I mean?
Thank you.
This is actively bred into society now. It's across all platforms. Like there's even a filter now that gives you big lips and yeah, it's a bit of a piss take. But do you think it's pushing an agenda?
And all that came in. You see, you just mentioned stuff that actually came in. We end up talking about
That's
we did.
Have you guys managed to do like, I don't know if you have, just talking about like weird topics. Like I did a podcast with David Weiss, and he's a flat earther. And I think it sort of goes back to like the anti-vax thing, because flat earthers are like all encompassing of like everything is bad. 5G, they take it all on board. Have you guys done the flat earth one yet?
No.
Because you both, is it because you both?
Which one?
Flat Earth.
The earth is flat.
People think,
no.
You guys have both
heard about that whole thing, but no.
It's coming back. It's coming back with a vengeance. We kind of got rid of it thousands of years, and people are like, let's bring it back.
David Icke? Isn't it David Icke?
Yeah, I emailed David Icke to try and get him on, but he was like, no.
Did you?
Yeah, I went ham on the flat earth stuff. I got like, that was probably like the first like big-ish one that I did I got so much from both ends. It was just, it was a weird, a lot of people telling me to wake up. I was like,
what, the flat earth?
Yeah, you gotta wake up, man. You don't see what's happening. I'm like, well, I do. But yeah, it's a really bizarre argument topic, because it's like, I think even when I was like talking to him, there is at no point that he took in anything that I said. It was just,
okay, you can't convince him, can you?
I don't even think he had his headphones on, man. I think he was just fucking he was just going at it himself, and he was just fact after fact. Do you know when somebody's like, I think they stop, their lies kind of run out, and they kind of have to, like, he had an answer for everything. It was brilliant. He's a nice guy though. Like it's somewhat of an intelligent human, but I think it's like, he's just sort of
be intelligent about.
He's just been pushed in the wrong direction, and now he's got like a fan base, and he's got people like, kissing his ass. It's like, how do you step down from that as like a human? You know what I mean? It's like that whole like crazy celebrity thing where, you see all like these like TikTok people or whatever, and they're just getting like absurd because they're just trying to hang on to like that little bit of fame that they've got. You know what I mean? So he was like ramping it up, and he's like, you got to stay away from those 5G towers. Isn't he? Like, Jesus is coming back, and he's going to get us all. Like, all right, man. That's.
It's funny you saying that, because the one we've not touched on is religion.
Yeah. Do you want to do it now? Can we have let's do it cheeky.
You see, I've been pushing that. It's easy. I think you're a bit reluctant for that, because
no,
at some stage we're going to do it.
Are you religious?
It's because we've got the same view.
Oh, okay.
We have more or less the same view regarding religion.
Do you guys believe in it?
But I can argue.
And one of our listeners, one of our listeners, Josh, is a vicar.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Yeah, and I've been told up a couple of times.
This one here, he tried to what was this topic? What was the topic we were discussing?
I can't remember what it was. But...
It was choice or sacrifice.
Oh, was it that one? There's a few that she's jumped in.
You said because you jumped in and said to me that Rosa Parks was sacrificing when she sat in the back of the bus, and I went, "That's a choice, bruv." And then you said Muhammad Ali, and I went, "Choice."
Yeah, and then
you said, then you dropped Jesus.
I was getting desperate. I was getting desperate.
Grabbing at straws. He's just trying to get anything. Jesus had a choice, you know.
And he said something. All of a sudden, now we get this text.
Yeah.
From somebody. Turns out to be she's a vicar in Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Yep.
And she ripped into him quick time.
Oh yeah, they shut that shit down real quick. This is why I've tried to keep mine I stream to like a bunch of places, but I don't even have the comment section up. Like I don't want to have people yelling at me, man. I can't handle it. Plus I can't type that fast, and I'm a bit of an idiot, and I'll say something stupid. So what are your guys' beliefs on religion? Like, where do you guys sit with it? Come on, boys. Let's do it. We're here already.
Okay, let me drop this one because I've said it to Andre before. You know where Jesus walked across water?
Yep.
That was a puddle.
Okay.
Fact. Okay. You've just been hit with some knowledge. You've heard it here first. It was a puddle. They left out. They've obviously, it's that Chinese whispers. They've enhanced it over time. That puddle turned into a pond. The pond turned into a lake.
Yeah, we're talking about books which have been written by men who I would say are slightly prone to exaggeration.
Oh, dude, like talk to any guy in any pub, and you'll hear the most heavy-winded story ever. You know what I mean? It's like there's your A to B, and your old mate would chuck like C, D, E, F in there just to fluff it up a little bit. So I think you can look at the Bible and go, somebody's somewhere.
But what I find interesting is that
here we go.
Here it is.
No, but where I am, I mean, I could be again with the guys on the road, especially when I was younger. The guys on the road who will be doing all sorts of things that they shouldn't be doing. I don't want to go into any details, but yet if you turn around and say there's no such thing as a God, everyone's in up in arms. Yeah. Nobody's living a righteous life.
Oh, at all. But that's
you tell them there's not a God, and they want to fight you.
I remember me and my partner out for dinner one time, and this guy, he was so drunk. He's probably the drunkest human I've seen in my life. Came over to lecture us about God and how he's recently found Jesus, and he just went on like this tirade, and I was like, "What have you had to drink, man?" And he's like, "This is not the problem." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, all right, buddy." You know, that's cool. Cool story though. Thank you. Yeah, but it's a weird thing. I think it just gives people like, I guess it just gives them something. You know, just that belief that somebody's watching over us, and there's an excuse for good and bad.
I told Andre once that I don't know. You remember this one where I said to you I got stopped by two Jehovah's Witness?
Who hasn't?
And they took
sounds like the start of a bad joke.
They took out that Watchtower magazine and telling me about heaven.
Yeah.
And it's and this is heaven, and God's gonna take everyone this and da 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 da. And I went, and where's the black people? Because everybody on that book in that magazine was white. I was like, nah, bro, where's the black people? It was like, I said, I ain't down for this. Later.
Yeah. Well, Jesus was a white dude, wasn't he? He's American. He's from Illinois or something.
He looked just like Brad Pitt, innit?
Yeah, that's right. He was a white dude, had a nice trim beard, just traveling around.
That's what I killed him with one time.
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah,
lived in the desert, didn't get a tan. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, traveled around with 12 dudes, didn't suck a dick. That's it. Come on.
One man and his pussy.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a gang nowadays. That's a gang.
Yeah, it's either a gang or they're out there, rubbing each other down with goat's milk. It gets getting lonely on the road, man. It gets lonely on the road, and he did some
Rather than
traveling.
each other down with ghost
You know what I mean?
Just said.
Like, come on. Once again, it started at the feet. Like, there's a story of like people washing his
Was that
feet.
in Genesis? I
As
didn't
yeah,
read that
that's
one.
right. They cut it out. That's it's like the backwards. Instead of walking over the puddle, they're robbing each other down, and they're like, no, we'll put the feet in
That
there.
was day 6.
We'll put the feet in there, and we'll leave the feet. We can get away with the washing of the feet. Leave it there, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, no worries, man.
Yep.
Like this is the one that gets banned. This is the one that.
But I also find that there's especially in our generation, easy. Well, not even younger generation. What I think is happening that our generation thinks that we're cleverer than our parents' generation. So
Yeah, but that's
our
everything.
parents' generation, they believed in the Bible. They believed in everything. We now, especially in UK, blacks in UK, we're saying our parents, you believe in Christianity, the very Christianity that was used to help enslave people, but we're clever in that. So no, we don't believe in religion. No, we don't, especially Christianity. But then you say, but do you believe in God?
Yeah, so that's a different story. That's
a different story, but it's the same scenario in the sense that they'll say yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you may well as well, Josh. But if I then start to ask you, what is it about God that you believe? Why do you believe in God? What's your answer?
So I've had discussions about this. I think people like God has the attachment to religion, and religion has an attachment to shit. Like whatever the good religion has done, it's done 1,000 times worse for people. It's been used to force people that they don't want to do. I think
human element.
Yeah, but I think
so is the God. In the name of God. You know what I mean? The bad thing's been done in the name of God.
Yeah, but that's right. But I think, do you not feel that there is something there? Like, do you think like we're just here? Like we just happen to land here. We're just people that just exist, or do you feel in yourself that there's something behind it? You know, the whole like
I think
things happen for a reason. Is it aliens?
I think that. But that's on par with religion. We don't want to feel that who wants to think we're just here and when it's gone, that's it. Nobody wants to think that.
Yeah.
So what do we say? There has to be something else. There must be something else. But yet, if I start asking you about what it is and what makes you think that, we're going to start talking about feelings and touchy stuff, aren't we?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's exactly right.
I'm not saying there isn't. All I'm saying is that our children may think that they're cleverer than us, they're more bright than us, and that we were silly. No, there is no God, because I've seen nothing tangible that tells me that there is.
But what is a God, though?
Sorry?
Like, what is a God? Like, what do we perceive as a God? Like, Easy just mentioned
Michael
aliens. Jordan was he's an alien, man. He's not from here. That dude is he's a different animal, bro. You know, he was just